This explainer answers one practical question. What exactly changes in Washington when the new 2026 law says some teens in career and technical education programs can work more hours? We are staying with official sources only. As stated in House Bill 1121 materials from the Washington legislature and on the teen worker pages from the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries website, lni.wa.gov. The change is about school year work hours for certain 16 and 17-year-olds. So the plan is simple. First, the current Washington baseline. Second, the new statute and its July 1st, 2026 effective date. Third, who qualifies. Fourth, what still does not change. And finally, how employers, students, and families should verify compliance using the official pages on screen. Scan the code for the official Washington Legislature bill summary. Before the new law takes effect, the main public baseline comes from Washington Administrative Code Section 296-125-027 and from the Hours of Work page on lni.wa.gov. For 16 and 17-year-olds in non-agricultural jobs during a school week, the official table shows up to 4 hours on school days, with longer shifts on Friday through Sunday, up to 20 total hours in the week, no more than 6 days, and generally a 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. window, with midnight on Friday and Saturday. During a non-school week, the same official page shows a much larger schedule, up to 8 hours a day, 48 hours a week, 6 days, and a 5 a.m. to midnight window. L&I also lists a special school week variance, but that still falls short of the full non-school week schedule. The new law is House Bill 1121 from the 2025 to 2026 Washington legislative session. The official House bill report states that the Department of Labor and Industries must allow a 16 or 17-year-old to work the same number of hours and days during the school year as would be permitted during school vacations or holidays if the minor is enrolled in a career and technical education program and the work is performed for an employer approved by the program. The same legislature materials say the bill takes effect on July 1st, 2026. The Washington Code now includes RCW 49.12.490, titled Minor Work Hour Rules, College and Career and Technical Education Program Enrollees. That is the legal centerpiece of this whole presentation, and you can find it on app.leg.wa.gov. The eligibility rule is narrow, and that matters. According to the official House bill report, a career and technical education program here means a work-based learning program approved by the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction or approved by the minor school district. The report even gives Core Plus as an example. It also says the work must be performed for an employer approved by the program. That means this is not a blanket school year hours expansion for every teen job in Washington. The same allowance also applies to a 16 or 17-year-old enrolled in a bona fide college program, but for that group, the minor does not have to work for an employer approved by the program. So the law creates two narrow pathways, not a general repeal of youth hour rules. Why does this change matter in the real world? Because the current Washington tables create a big gap between school week hours and non-school week hours. On the official L&I Hours of Work page, 16 and 17-year-olds are currently shown at up to 20 hours in a school week, but up to 48 hours in a non-school week. The new law is designed to let qualifying students reach that higher non-school week hours pattern during the school year. The same public table currently pairs non-school week hours with up to 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, and generally a 5 a.m. to midnight window. Because the statute is new, employers should still watch the updated L&I guidance closely to see exactly how the agency aligns the public tables and forms with the July 1st, 2026 change. The new law expands hours for a narrow group, but it does not erase the rest of teen labor compliance. On the How to Hire Minors page at lni.wa.gov, Washington says employers still need a minor work permit endorsement on the business license, parent, and school authorization when school is in session, and proof of the minor's age. On the Prohibited Duties page, the same agency says many hazardous jobs remain off-limits to minors. That includes things like roofing, excavation, power-driven saws, forklifts, and many other high-risk duties. L&I also notes that youth apprentices and student learners in approved programs can receive limited exemptions from some prohibited duty rules. But limited exemptions are not the same thing as unlimited permission, so employers still have to read the exact program and duty rules carefully. Implementation is the part many people miss. The official legislature materials show the statutory change and the July 1st, 2026 effective date, while the current public L&I hours table available at build time still shows the older school week limits. So employers, schools, students, and parents should check three official places together. First, app.leg.wa.gov for House Bill 1121 and RCW 49.2.499. Second, lni.wa.gov for the current hours tables, hiring forms, and prohibited duties guidance. And third, if federal child labor rules are relevant, the U.S. Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division at dole.gov. The Washington hiring page also reminds employers that when state and federal standards differ, they must follow the rule that is most protective of the minor. Here's the bottom line. Washington's new 2026 law expands school year hour access for a narrow group of 16 and 17-year-olds, not for every teen worker. Use a four-step checklist. First, confirm that the student is in an approved career and technical education work-based learning program or in a bona fide college program. Second, if it is the CTE pathway, confirm that the employer is approved by the program. Third, confirm the permit authorization and age verification paperwork. And fourth, confirm that no prohibited duties are being assigned. For the official federal layer, use the U.S. Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division website, dole.gov, especially youth rules. For the Washington state layer, use lni.wa.gov and app.leg.wa.gov. Scan the codes on screen to go directly to those official sources.